All right, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David,
And I'm Gary.
and we're going to do a December energy reading.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to ask for the
Yes.
viewers that are catching this as we put this up at midnight on early in the morning, December 5th Pacific
Yes.
time, or early in the morning, but more like 3 o'clock in the morning East Coast time.
Yes.
Did you get a notification that Twin Tarot put up a video around 2 in the afternoon Pacific, 5 in the evening East Coast time on the RNC DNC bomber?
Yes.
Because news broke today that they had made an arrest in that case, which has been dormant for like 5 years.
Yep.
And they arrested a 30-year-old man out of, I believe it was Virginia for
Yep.
this.
Yep.
Now, I put something up on the Twin Tarot page, on Tarot by the Bay page, and Gary and I did a midday recording on Twin Tarot, and we've been wildly underwhelmed with the views that we've gotten. And I only say this not to pump up the views, but the folks on our channels have been very interested in the revelations of the who was the bomber that put the pipe bombs in front of the RNC DNC back on January 5th, the night of January 5th, one day before the insurrection on January 6th. So the numbers I'm seeing, I would have thought I would have had within the first hour or two.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's one, because you're just not interested, or two, it's not showing up and somehow it's being throttled. So
I'm going
leave
with
Gary a comment if you saw it, or you're just not interested, or if it's being throttled.
Yeah, it was surprising. I thought the video would do a lot better than it did. And
Yeah.
sometimes we just guess wrong.
Normally we don't guess that. Normally we're not that far wrong. I'm usually pretty good at telling you who's
Yeah,
going to want to watch
Dave
something
is
and who
really
doesn't.
good about saying, yeah, we can read on that. You'll get 4,000 views, which is, that's fine. We don't necessarily do it for the views, but of course we want to put out content that you want to see.
Yeah, it just seemed kind of a shock that was not one of them, because
that's such an interesting story.
Yeah.
And it's definitely spurred its own set of conspiracy theories.
Sure.
We've had a lot of fun thinking that it could have been Marjorie Taylor Greene running around dropping pipe bombs, right?
Now, one thing that I find interesting is that Pam Bondi and company had their press conference. In the news stories, and I haven't checked just now, but nobody's put up a picture of the arrested suspect.
Yeah, you noticed that, huh?
Somebody in the comments said, or I was looking somewhere and somebody said, I heard it was a black guy. It's like, it never even would have occurred to me it was a black guy, because I think all the video I watched made him look like he was Caucasian. But it's like, okay, I'll just go look and see what the picture is. Maybe I missed something. There's no pictures of him. That seems really, really weird.
Yeah. They interviewed the grandmother, and she was saying that he doesn't talk much, doesn't understand a lot, and he might be on the spectrum. Very antisocial, very much keeps to himself, which could explain why he didn't have much of a social media presence. But yeah, I didn't see any pictures. Nothing's been released on this guy.
Yeah. Which also could mean that if they're not really cognizant, then how would he know how to put a bomb together?
Well, there's did he learn on YouTube? Because it's just like, well, he bought these caps and these pipes. It was like over a 2-year period or some big long period of time. It's like, man, either this guy was playing the long game.
Yeah.
It's not like he went, he said he had gone to 4 different Home Depots over it was like over like a 9-month, 12-month period. It's like some long period of time, a couple different Home Depots. It's like, dang, was this guy just playing the long game, or is this just coincidental?
Yeah, maybe it's coincidental. I guess if they were playing the game of, I'm going to build pipe bombs, and then not sure what they were going to use them for, sure, why not? But yeah, there's a whole lot of planning in here. And hopefully they use cash too. If they're going to go all that trouble to do that, hope they were using cats as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be very intriguing to see which direction this goes.
And now I'm starting to wonder if they're fighting a patsy for this. It's again, and I just looked. There are no pictures of the suspect.
Yeah.
They always release a mugshot. NPR reports FBI arrested somebody today. 30-year-old Brian Patrick Cole or whatever the guy's name is. Then they usually show some candid shot or something like that, a shot of the police arresting him or something,
or
and,
a felonious president that looks like this.
Yeah, exactly. This is interesting. Anyways,
yeah, more to come maybe. So let's look at the December energy. Is clearly this is there's all sorts of stuff going on this month.
Yeah, today was a wild news day. I'm just sort of throwing out there stuff to the Supreme Court decided to stay the Texas appeals court ruling about the district maps and said, no, you go ahead and use those racially gerrymandered maps. We don't care. We think they're fine.
Mm-hmm. Until we can rule more fully on it after the next election, probably.
Pete Hegseth, the Pentagon said that Pete Hegseth was totally exonerated by the Inspector General's report, even though in the report, like on page 25, this was on Aaron Parnas, he had a guest on page 25 in a red box, it puts 2 points that Hegseth's revealing of that information was, a violation of secrecy acts and things, and to put U.S. troops in danger and put the operation in danger.
This must be about the signal.
The signal gate stuff. So Hegseth sees to exonerating. It's quite the opposite. The report says you effed up and you could have gotten people killed.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you do that? So, where have I heard that before? Total exoneration on the Mueller report. Don't even need Bill Barr for this one. Of course, we also said Hegseth said it was fake news about the double tapping and the blowing up of boats. So, take that with a huge lick of salt. What else has been going on? I guess ICE is going to New Orleans.
You got more documents.
It's not been a great news day for democracy and justice and integrity and stuff like that. It's been one of those, 2 steps forward and 23 jumps back type of days.
Well, let's see what we got to look forward to in the month of December for entertainment purposes only.
I refuse to be entertained.
Okay, Ace of Wands. New actions being taken. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. The optimist in me would say maybe Congress is finally going to do something.
Why start now?
Challenge. The cross is the sun. This could be Trump wants to do something, but the cross is, everything is being exposed.
They will only do things if you force them. Basically, as the truth comes out, you have to force Congress to do stuff. Otherwise, they'll sit on their hands and do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Energy underneath it, the King of Pentacles. Like the folks with the power, the folks with the resources are still calling shots. I mean, this could be Congress, I suppose, but it feels very oligarchical.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, you had the 7 of Swords, your freedoms, your rights being taken away. While Congress sleeps, the Constitution is being attacked. But this is making us all one big happy family. We're all, everyone wants this. This is what they voted for. Is everyone happy? Overarching energy is the 7 of Cups. Illusions, delusions, or ethical integrity, depending on what you want to read it as. So underneath it is you've got the people in power are still calling the shots, and it could be they're still trying to create the illusions that they want to project. We need to take more actions, but the problem is their actions are coming to light, and the more people see it coming to light, the more they're starting to see that this is just crazy bullshit. Lesson to be learned, strength card. Hang in there. We're going to get through this. We're going to come out stronger. It really sucks right now. And then outcome is the King of Wands. So you start with an action, and it's going to result in some bold actions being taken. But I don't know who's taking the action and who's taking the bold actions. Right now, it doesn't seem like Congress has their act together enough, that the outrage is not quite there yet.
The outrage has to come from the citizenry. It will not come from congressmen.
Yeah.
Unless it's M&M's wearing go-go boots and being lesbian or something like that.
No. I hear you. It's basically going to those town halls or people, filling up their inboxes with what the hell are you going to do about this nonsense?
And then watching the smug answers as their representatives ignore them.
Yeah. I guess they, in some ways, some of them may think that because they won that special election in Tennessee that everything's going to be okay. Although there's no way you can look at that objectively and say that that was a convincing victory. Yeah, you got to win in the win column, but that was a terrible cost. That win cost a lot. And there's more outrage to come.
Let's see. What's going to be one of the big news events coming up for this month?
Yeah, there you go.
We've got so many. Let's see how that looks. The Empress. Okay, it's about people's needs. People's needs, people's been taken care of, and messaging about actions taken for meeting people's needs. And then the star card, the best of America or the calm after the storm. Okay, so this could be with regards to the three things. This could be Russia and messaging about ending of hostilities with Russia and Ukraine. That's not a strong one for me. This could be about the economy and affordability and actions that need to be taken for affordability, make people's lives easier. Or this could be about Epstein, the women in the Epstein files, and more information coming out about the Epstein files. I'm leaning towards that last one.
That seems to have more of the momentum. I have to say.
Decisions being made, not unblinded decisions, but it's like the unblinding of decisions. Current situation for this month will be the Fool card. It's going to be a new chapter in this, whatever this saga is. It's a new chapter as things get revealed. It involves people of power and input, maybe even implicates. If this is the Epstein thing, it's showing the wealthy, powerful people it implicates. It's going to spur on further investigations, and it's going to focus more on money than on the victims.
God, but that sure feels like a Russia-Ukraine reading.
Well, so first off, okay, so if this is the Epstein files, we're going to hear more about the Epstein files, stuff that we didn't know in this new age as information is released. It's like powerful people being implicated or not being implicated. They could be hidden on this one. But there's going to be more investigations, I think, following the money on that. That's one. If we're talking about Ukraine, Russia wanting more demands on things, they would be foolish to start a winter campaign. But if this was Putin, he's going to push for peace talks or some type of talks where he gets all of Ukraine. Ukraine basically gets nothing. And you got the blue and yellow here for Ukraine getting pennies off the dollars.
Yeah,
that could be, and this would be the calm after the storm. So this could be a ceasefire or something along those lines. And what was the third one? Affordability I was talking about, I think.
Yeah.
This would be more of the New Year stuff. This could be like, things not going so well for people right now. It'd be foolish to spend the money. You need to be in charge of it. This one's not really ringing true for this. There may be some manipulation. I just think that whatever we're seeing, that trend is going to continue.
Yeah.
The rich getting richer,
Yeah.
the poor getting poorer, and that's going to keep going on this one. And it's kind of the again, the rich getting richer, the poor getting small handouts type of thing. And all three of those things could be happening during that time. But that's kind of the energy. Look for things like that, where some people are very concerned about their needs, especially powerful people are concerned about their needs, and less powerful people are kind of dusted to the side because they're peasants and they don't count nearly as much.
All right.
Of a person.
What are we going to see as far as the Congress in December?
Congress. Maybe the blind with science.
Oh, maybe we're starting to hone in on what the Empress is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Empress taking care of the nation, taking care of the people, taking care of themselves. Looking out to the future. Got to do what's best, but it's almost, in some cases, it could be we're looking out for our short-term interests, but they're going to be challenged by what's coming down the pike at us. I mean, this could be in the near term, we could keep supporting Trump, but it's going to affect us in the long term, and we'll worry about that later. We're starting to see some familiar cards.
Oh, yes.
Six of Pentacles.
Mom, Gary's copying me again.
Yeah, kidding, right? Six of Pentacles, we'll give back a little bit, but we're going to get a lot in return for this. To me, it's almost like I'm reading about the Supreme Court than I'm reading about Congress. Throw him a bone here. Let's keep going. I'm interested in this. In the past, you got the Eight of Cups. Some people leaving Congress. Okay, so is it people leaving Congress? Maybe. We've had some announcements. Someone was saying that Nancy Mace might be leaving. Did you hear anything about that?
I haven't heard anything about that.
Current energy is the Five of Swords. No one to fight, no one to walk away. Win at all costs. Fight, fight, fight. This is feeling like on Congress, Trump's influence on Congress. Just support me. Don't worry about the future. You worry about the present. Otherwise, I could primary you.
Nancy Mace reports denies reportedly planning to discuss retiring early from Congress. So.
Okay, thank you.
Business rumors.
Overarching energy is the Ace of Swords. A truth is going to come out. There's the truth is out there. A harsh truth is out there. This feels like how Trump is trying to lean on Congress. There it is. Lesson to be learned is the Four of Pentacles. That's my Trump card. Everything for Trump is about Trump. He's only in it for himself. Don't believe him when he tells you what you're doing is the best for the world, for the United States. The future's bright. Don't walk away from your jobs in Congress. Fight, fight, fight. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll support your campaign. He's doing what's best for Trump. I think that's where this reading is. Outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. You got to look after what's important to you. Take care of what's important to you, which if you're in Congress, it's your constituents. Take care of your constituents.
All right, I want you to read that again.
Okay.
Bring the money right back down.
So I got to put the cards back the way they were. Okay.
The way they were.
The way they were.
Okay.
They weren't quite like that.
Now I want you to read this as the Democrats looking at the opportunity being presented to them if a number of Republicans leave Congress before the elections. Go.
Okay, so if the opportunities for Democrats, if Republicans leave, okay, we can start doing what's best for the people.
They're looking for, think of it as Democrats looking forward to the future because people are leaving.
Yep.
Okay, now go with it from there.
Okay, so we know what's best for people. We have a plan for the future. We got to get past what's currently happening though. In the back, so the Six of Pentacles, we got to start giving back to the people from that we've been taking from. That we got the Republican legislators leaving. They don't want to be primaried, which is why they're leaving, and they feel like they could lose the fight. You've got Ace of Swords, which is that inconvenient truth, that harsh truth that the orange felons' policies are not popular. They're causing people to leave, both in their votes. If you're a voter, your representative, if you don't want to be primaried and lose represent the 2026 midterm elections. Trump's only in it for himself. I'm sticking with that. And if we get enough of them to leave, we could start taking care of the people of the United States again.
I see the Democrats really looking forward with the public's leaving. They take over Congress. They can bring impeachment charges against Trump. Trump is going to fight them. But they can also pass legislation, get it over to the Senate that the Senate's going to have a hard time saying no to. It is a gift that has been dropped in their lap. They can message that they're helping everyday people.
Yep.
And ride that, not only show how shitty the Republicans are to common folk, Six of Cups, but how Six of Coins, but how well the Democrats are looking after the common person's well-being.
Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, entirely possible. The reading I put up today was, hey, so is it going to be the 25th Amendment, or are they going to impeach and convict?
I'm telling you, it between Trump's apparently he has another bruise on his hand.
Yeah, and they're getting worse and worse about trying to cover it up.
Well, the guy on TikTok who I watch was saying that there is a drug out there that treats the plaques on the brain. So it treats dementia patients or Alzheimer patients by trying to clean off those plaques. But Trump keeps getting injections in the top of his hand, plus probably anticoagulants and things along those lines. So the bruising is going to be even worse. It took 2 bandages and a really bad makeup job. Yeah. And again, this happened at the beginning of the month. So if Trump is still around in January, start looking for another bruising on the top of his hand. And just sort of time it with that. And I think he was throwing out a supposition that Trump may have gone in for a treatment over Labor Day weekend and might have had a mild brain bleed or something like that.
Oh.
So they had to kind of treat him. But Labor Day weekend is going to be the beginning of the month, and these are monthly treatments. So it's almost like at the beginning of the month, you should be looking for bruising on his hand because he obviously shakes people's hands way too much.
Yes, at the beginning of the month, he shakes more hands than at the end of the month.
And he's certainly been, gasping for oxygen, trying to stay awake at meetings and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Talk about a man getting old right in front of your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, in real time.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun month. Looking forward to it.
Started off so promising. It all comes down to, when does Congress want to take back their power? When have they had enough? When do they realize that they're supporting a lame duck?
Now,
And
Trump support numbers keep dropping.
yeah,
They do look at polls, and if the numbers keep dropping, then at some point, why support a lame duck president whose popularity is plummeting? That's not going to get you reelected. It's not going to keep you at the food trough gorging.
yeah, I suspect if they would have lost in Tennessee, one of two things would have happened. They'd either just really be going after him right now, or Mikey Johnson would have to try his level best to get them rallied around that and, locking shields to fend off the Democratic blue wave.
He went from about a plus 21 to about a plus 9.
Yes.
So on a special election, obviously, all things being equal, it's which side's motivated, but still, that's a 10 percentage point, 12 percentage point drop, which for a heavily gerrymandered district or a very deep red or deep blue district, that's not going to matter much. But the fact of the matter is that you took a deep red district and made it worrisomely competitive.
Yes.
Despite dumping millions of dollars into it.
Mm-hmm.
Time to be a little bit nervous because much closer races aren't going to be so favorable.
Yeah, really anything that's 10 points or less is now considered to be competitive. Yeah.
And the Texas districts where they were trying to take some blue districts and make them red districts. I think, generally speaking, the strategy was putting more Hispanic votes in those areas because the Hispanic votes supported Trump. But everything ICE is doing, they may not get quite the support that they got in the past.
Yeah, that might backfire on them.
Right, and you're gonna have to dilute some red districts to put extra red voters in a blue district so that you have a better chance of winning it. And you could end up losing those 5 districts you thought you were going to steal. You may lose those, and you make those other districts much more vulnerable. So as irritated as I am with this U.S. Supreme Court and their rulings, this could end up blowing up in their face.
Yeah, there was that speculation earlier on that the Republicans might have shot themselves in the foot with this one.
Yeah, well, as the economy trashes and people struggle, and the answer by this administration is arrest the brown people, it's not going to resonate with folks.
No.
It's not going to work. It'll resonate with the Pete Hegseths and the white supremacists that support them, but that's a pretty small minority in the overall percentages of typical Americans, I would like to think.
Indeed.
Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. We've been shedding some subscribers, so check your subscription status. If you want to be subscribed, hopefully YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you because they tend to do that.
Clearly, we have a lot of bots from Russia and Eastern Europe and Indonesia. That
you know what it is? It could be mom created a whole bunch of burner accounts and she just unsubscribes them all from time to time.
Maybe every time I block Tarot Destroyer, we lose more subs.
Yeah, someone speculated on that live stream that you did with Shauna that Tarot Destroyer 666 might be mom.
Yes, I believe it is. Particularly cranky. Actually, to me, the sense of humor reminds me a lot more of your son.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah, and doesn't wouldn't Jack have like 5 burner accounts ready to go?
Oh, of course.
Spam those jokes like he was doing.
He's very crafty that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, let's give a couple of shout outs since
I'm not really not interested.
But Dorothy D loves the shout outs, and she has although her own sweet kitty Micheline is now living on the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. So pleasant journey to Micheline there. Oh, do you have a Noir? Oh no, that's just your arm.
Yeah, no, there's no pair of yellowy green eyes bouncing up over here. We have the 5 of coins.
Yes. Oh dear.
Cold out, baby. It's cold outside.
Let's see what else we got here. We got Sharina Ali. Hi, Gary and David from Maryland. Love listening to you guys. I have 3 cats: Benji, Snowball, which are both Bengals, and Oliver, the fluffy one.
We got 7 of wands for you. Keep them off the furniture.
Yes. And then let's see. How about Nitty Kitty 86, right behind the 7-cat household with 6. Her Majesty Queen Kali, Munchkin, Screamy, Yeltsin, Patches, and Lil Bub.
Hold on to your money.
Yes. Well, yeah, because Callie smuggled in and gave birth to 4 kittens. Oh my goodness.
Dear God. Where's Bob Barker when you need him?
And then we're going to wrap it up with Irish Girl, who loved watching Hollywood Squares with Paul Lynde and Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh God.
And she'd like to shout out, was Charles Nelson Riley on Hollywood Squares, or was he?
I'm sure he was at some point, but Match Game was
Match
where he
Game
was
with
most
Brett
known
Summers. She wanted to shout out for Sergeant Snafu and Chaos Kitty in Heaven, who I miss every day. Aww.
Yes, I got a 4 of swords for you.
All right. And then a card for the rest of us. Queen of Cups. Let's try and keep a lid on our emotions. It's a tough month, man.
Yeah.
December's a tough month just in general. And we're just getting whipsawed emotionally right now. So just do your best to keep calm and carry on.
Kids are studying for finals in high school and in college. Got traveling in the winter months, always a good time. And now you throw all the political uncertainty out there. Yeah. Stay grounded. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Take care, folks. Take care.